Hey there, Internet. Keeve here, and welcome to the Cars and Keeve YouTube channel. And as you can see here, we have the Ryobi EZClean in front of me. You may wonder, Keeve, you did a video on that before. I did. I'll leave it in the description below, a link to it, because I don't want to go over that kind of stuff. We've already shown how you can use it, the testing of all of the original accessories, everything that you could buy to go with it. This video is about hacking it, which is something I've wanted to do since well over a year ago when I did the first Ryobi EZClean video. But I just never really got around to it because I had some other projects I was working on trying to hack those as well. And I figured to myself, I really didn't even know if this was worth hacking because I don't know if it has enough output to really run a foam cannon, which is what most people would want to do by hacking this. So somebody reached out via DM a long time ago and they said, hey, somebody figured it out. It's by a channel called Kintsugi Moto. I hope I didn't pronounce that wrong. I'll leave a link in the description below for his video on it. But he figured out the thread pattern that you need in the adapter, which is really easy. This is really easy. So definitely want to thank him for figuring that out. And then I finally got around to it just now, and I'm like, let's go ahead and make that video. I've been sitting on this for a while. We have tons of test nozzles to use. We have theirs as well to kind of compare. I've already used my pin gauge set here, which is basically just a bunch of itty bitty little metal rods here in different circumferences to tell you what's that diameter. And I checked this and it's 1.04, which comes out to about a 3.0 nozzle. So we'll try there. We have that. I was able to use a 0 degree because that's a perfect circle. It's the only one you can really use to gauge the size, because the 25s and 40s, they become a flatter pattern to get that fan spray. So it's much harder to check the diameter of those. A lot of this stuff is not available like on Amazon, but in the product tags, you can get it there as well through the YouTube affiliate program that they have through those product tags. But in order to do all this, you need the 600 EZClean, not the 320. The 320 is cheap. It's not worth the money. You can get a little bit more. You get the better one here with the metal rod, and that's what we're going to need to do to change these threads. Also, a lot of people have asked the cap I have here on this gallon jug. That doesn't come with the EZClean itself. Only ones for 2-liter bottles, and the ability to siphon out of a bucket comes with this. In order to do the gallon jugs, you're gonna need to get the chemical kit. I'll have it listed below. We're gonna try to do the best foaming we possibly can. We have an MJJC SV3, best foaming foam cannon out there. We have incredible suds from DIY Detail in here. 1 ounce in there, fill it to a max line. Code CARSWITHKEEVE will save you 10% at DIY Detail or at the House of Rags, but also both websites are doing a 25% off Black Friday deal all of November 2024. So just click on the link below to support the channel. It'll take you there. Use their 25% off. My 10% coupon means nothing. Visit either site, doesn't matter, but the House of Rags is going to give you a lot more variety to get to that free shipping a lot easier. So for testing, we have a 4.0 battery, the high performance model. This is going to give us the best performance that we can possibly get to get that foam. That's what we want. We have the foam. And I have all of the nozzle orifices for this. I have a 0.8, 0.9, 1.0, 1.1, 1.25. I got them all. So this is going to be real easy. This is the stock nozzle that comes with it. So down here, this is an M10 1.0, M10 by 1. And that's this little guy right here. Now, obviously, this is very easy for me right now because I have already de-threaded this. This is thread locked considerably. You're going to need some vice grips and a good wrench, a lot of leverage to be able to break that. Let me show you. So you can see the plier marks on the metal here. I did all the best I could using a microfiber to not dent this metal. I also have some scratches around here from the other wrench, but that's what you have to do to be able to get this to break. So we have the Ryobi Quick Connect right here. As you can see, there's your threads. We have the adapter. This is the M10 by 1 here, and this is the 1/4 inch MPT that's going to allow you to convert. This is your normal 1/4 inch MPT to 1/4 inch Quick Connect. Very easy. This is going to screw in here, and it does bottom out. It screws all the way in, so this will need to be Tefloned to make sure that you don't have a leak. Here's your 1/4 inch MPT into this adapter. And there you go. Like I said, Teflon both of those and make sure you torque them down. And I mean, that's it. Snaps in, and now we have our 1/4 inch quick disconnect. We can take our nozzles and pop them in there. We can now put our foam cannon on here, just like that. Now, this foam cannon, the 1/4 inch quick disconnect is wobbly. This is really weighing it down as well. As you can see, it's kind of bending a little bit. We're going to need to secure that. That's one of the reasons why I really didn't think this was going to be that great of an idea. This metal piece right here, this is easily changed to use with a straight guard nose, and we'll test that because I think that's what we're going to need to be able to get the best foam possible. When it's siphoning, the flow isn't going to be as much as I think from a solid water hose. I've noticed that on other pressure washers as well, that that self-prime and pull water. When you're forcing water in, there's a little bit better performance. We have our gallon of water. And then this, it's just the same quick connects on that side, screw it in, but this one's plastic. And that'll snap right on there. We have our water. There you go. No leaks. We're ready to go. So don't forget to check out the links in the description below, the affiliates as well. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let's get to testing. So there's 3 goals in this video. Can it foam? What is the original PSI? Is it close to the 600 PSI? And can we improve it with this hack? Here is the original 25 degree. This is using siphon through that gallon jug that's sitting on the floor. Even in the previous video that I made on this, I think it's just one of the best tools out there. It's just overall, I take this to my stop sign, I clean my stop sign, I clean my mailbox. I can do all kinds of stuff with it. Those of you in the winter, this winter, getting the salt off the car, all that kind of stuff without using a ton of water, this is the way to go. You can hear it hit pretty hard. It has 3 modes. It has a low, a medium, and a high. The only reason I think you would want to use a low and a medium with this is if you were looking to spread chemicals. Now we have our hack here that snap in. This is a 3.0. Yeah, that's definitely very close. So now we can prove out the PSI. Take this out. We'll add our PSI gauge. Of course, I dropped the nozzle. And here we go. It's only like 270 PSI. But what we can do is bring our nozzle sizes down to see what's the most we can get out of it. And why not start with the smallest one? This is a 1.0. We did get up close to 490. Just to make sure, we're gonna try a 2.0 to make sure that, you know, we're making sure that we're utilizing the motor correctly. And that's like 370, 380. Like, it's not heavy on the outside and lean in the middle. It is nice and consistent all the way across. We have a 7.0 in here. And this is just to play around, you know, see what happens. That's like 100 PSI. You can hear it doesn't like it. But this is a pretty good tip to spray some rinseless or some kind of chemical. So this is siphoning from the gallon. We have our SV3 MJJC with 32:1 incredible suds, which creates amazing foam. So we're giving it the best possible chance. This has a 1.0 orifice in it. We'll try that. If it doesn't work, we'll move to a 0.9. We'll move to a 0.8. We'll show you the stock one with the same dilution, how it does. Yeah, that's not going to cut it. All right, 0.9. Can you do any better? Man, I'll try the 0.8 just to try it. So here's the 0.8. I don't think this is going to do any better. I think that 0.9 was a little too restrictive. Like, it doesn't have enough oomph to flow through that nozzle size. But let's go. And it's just not enough. So this is a 1.1. This is what you would normally use on a Ryobi electric pressure washer that it plugs in. I'm wondering if possibly just isn't enough orifice size to flow right. Maybe this will do a little bit better. A little bit. A little bit better. This is our last chance is at 1.25. I think this is going to be a little bit too big of a hole size. Maybe. I mean, about the same. You can hear it. It doesn't like what's going on. Let's try their stock one and see if it's any better. So here's our stock one. The great thing about the stock one is it snaps in really nice and tight. It's not wobbly, sits on the end, isn't as cumbersome. So I hate to say that something like this is probably better for this, but I think it is. Is this all the way? There we go. There we go. I had to play with the nozzle there for a second. It was kind of in between, and then I was all the way at the end. It was watery, went one way and then back, and now it's good. Well, tell me that's not better than stock. It has the same dilution ratio, and it's not pulling any quicker than the SV3 did. Let's hook a water hose up directly to it and see what the difference is. All right, we have a whole contraption set up here because I don't want to disconnect my Elay hose. So get that snap in. We are full up. That's a lot of weight on this. You really should not put that much weight on this. But I guess I can hold it. Look, I got two hands. Wow. That is definitely better. We may have to revisit the MJJC, try a few more orifice sizes with this direct water flow. It's pulling more soap too. So let's rinse with the stock 25 degree. Yeah, direct water flow, big difference. We may hit that 600 PSI. So let's try our 3.0 again and measure it there. All right, what's your prediction? I'm predicting 500-ish, I think. And most I got was 495. I mean, that was way better than it did initially. I think it was only like 300 something on the 3.0. Now we're going to a 1.0. See what its max PSI is. 800 PSI. I think 800 PSI with this, maybe a little bit too much, not a whole lot of water flow. Like you had the pressure at 100, but it wasn't really hitting. So maybe we get a little bit better mix of flow and pressure, get a little bit better hit. So let's try like a 2.0 or 2.5. So this is the 2.0. We hit 600 dead on. So the 2.0, maybe the way to go. Now, when it hits the 600, 590, it will drop 50 PSI and then builds itself back up. I don't think it has enough oomph to stay at that level for a long period of time, but I mean, this is... Now, can it foam with a 1.25? That is way better. Here is the 1.1. Okay. Can it foam? Yes, it can. 1.1, we'll go down to a 1. We'll see what it does. It's a soapier, runnier, almost like a garden hose foamer type foam, but better than the stock one for sure. Our 1.0. So the 1.1 is the way to go. So is it worth it to hack the Ryobi EZClean 600? Yes and no. The foam wasn't crazy good, but it wasn't bad, but you had to use the direct hose to get that. When you're siphoning out of a bucket or siphoning out of a jug, you're not going to get that performance, which is what majority of people using this are going to be doing. They're not going to be using a direct hose with this, whether it's a pump from a mobile detail truck or from the water supply. They're going to be siphoning out of a bucket. They're going to be siphoning out of a jug, a 2-liter bottle, whatever it is. And if you're in that state, I don't think this is worth it. I don't think it gives you anything that you need outside of what they already provide with the accessories. But once again, you have that freedom, and a lot of people want that freedom. So there you go. Links in the description below for that. Link in the description below for the guy King's. Man, I can't. It was like King Sudimoto or something like that. I'll put a link in the description below. I know I butchered the name, but there you go. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Green nozzle that I use with my Ryobi will be back. Also, oh my gosh, that doesn't come with the regular. That doesn't come with the Ryobi 4 amp hour battery. The high performance mod. So for the testing, we have a 4.0. Golly. So don't forget to check out. So for check out links in the description. And this is the kind of coverage you get. I didn't snap it in. You fucking idiot. Put it on high, dummy.